Hello my lovely instructor team. This is a studio update and some training. We are midway through the year, we are a quarter way through our financial year. Getting us all together with our busy lives is always difficult, so I hope you will just allow me 10 minutes to whiz through some vital updates and some training just to keep you all kind of adrift of what is going on in the clinic and in the studio. So for those of you who came on the KB retreat, thank you for being there. We missed those of you who weren't able to attend, and I wanted to just update you on our upgraded, up-leveled mission, vision, values that we did over the weekend. We spent a lot of time as a team working through these. So our mission as a clinic, we have been open 10 years, it was time to up-level it, is that we are dedicated to transforming the lives of our community by offering personalised physio and wellness services within an inviting, empowering and compassionate environment. The vision is to transform 1,000 lives a week through personalised physio and wellness solutions, fostering a healthier Sheffield. And we do that with these values. Every one matters. That means we value every team member, we value every client, we value every conversation, we value every exercise, every repetition. Exceptional. We go above and beyond with the highest standards. We are authentic. We are truly invested in our clients living well through a welcoming and caring environment. And we do everything by empowering our clients. We give them the confidence to live well and to settle for nothing less. So let's just review our goals that we set out right at the beginning of the year and looking at what we wanted to achieve this year in the studio. And that was to upgrade our taster process. Our conversion rate on tasters was pretty poor, and that was a lot to do with the processes that we had in place. We wanted to build on our monthly membership, which is ongoing, and we wanted to add short courses and Saturday classes back to the timetable, which is done. Some other wins to share with you. We have a branded KB app that has been designed and launched, which a lot of clients are now using. Encouraging them all the time as instructors, are you using the KB app? If not, why not? It's much easier for them to remove themselves from classes, add themselves to classes and manage their membership. We can also send them notifications to their phone like you would get if you've got other apps that gives them updates and information and vital stuff that they need to know about. A great win for us is the weights classes that have been on the timetable now for a while, and we've ran another successful short course over the summer, and they will be back on the timetable in September, but changing to weights for all. So this is where we're going to allow men and women to work on their strength and their conditioning in a safe environment. And then we launched Run Strong and OsteoFit, and they have been really successful and continue to be successful. And we are actually adding another Forever Fit class in because we are oversubscribed for the classes for the older adults who want to stay fit, well and strong and independent. So going back to goal number one, our plan was to update our taster process. This is ongoing. So where we're at, we've got a new booking system for tasters that's linked on our website, and the girls on reception are using that. Provides a new automation sequence which gives them lots more reminders to show up. It starts to seed their customer journey in and on what we do within KB. And we've got new taster forms in the studio that the instructors, you guys, are filling in after you've seen a taster. And we've got the introduction of the Pilates packs for tasters so they've got something to go away with. The blockers we've got at the moment is time. So the fabulous Julie, our studio coordinator, has limited amount of time available to focus on all the renewals, the follow-ups, the catch-ups, the membership queries, the managing all of our class cover, making sure that our tasters are being looked after. So time is a big blocker. And the taste experience being consistent is something that we all need to really work on. So we've got some action items off the back of this, which is to recruit a studio coordinator/manager. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. Instructors, we've got to focus on the taster experience and making sure that's consistent. I want you to imagine that our taster experience needs to be like a McDonald's chain. Whether you go to the Birmingham McDonald's or the Sheffield McDonald's, your hamburger will be exactly the same. Whether you go to a Monday night 8 p.m. class or a Thursday night 6 p.m. class, the taster experience, they all get the same. And action items is about checking the medical information prior to the class. So let me dive into that a little bit more. So we've developed some actions that we all need to be working on as a team, and that is making sure that consistently we welcome our tasters to the class, that we ask them what brings them to the class if you don't know this already. This is going to allow you to really provide that personal attention, linking back to, so you know, Judy, you mentioned that you're here because your back's really uncomfortable. This exercise I'm going to show you would be really great for you to do at home. Or this, if we strengthen your glutes, that's going to make a really big impact on the, reducing your back pain. So you're always linking back to why they are there. We are also now going to add this as a general note to their profile. So when you see your customer list and we see medical information, we're also going to have a general note, which you will see, which is the reason why they're at the taster or the reason why they've started Pilates. That means that we can always link back to why our customers are with us, the journey that they've gone on, and that helps with our retention. A big thing is about directing them to the mat close to you, not a mat that is just free or saying to somebody, oh, just stand where you want, because a lot of classes are very cliquey and a lot of people have their own mats. And as an instructor, you need to take control, put them on a mat that's close to you so you can give them that personal attention. And it means that they're not feeling awkward that they might have stepped on somebody else's mat. Making sure at the end that you always chat to them. Pick up on anything that you've spotted. So I noticed, Judy, when you were doing this exercise, you've got a real weakness on this side, and that's maybe a big cause of why you've got so much back pain. Or I noticed that when you were doing this, your hamstrings were really, really inflexible. That's really important for the health of your spine, that we deal with that. So you're always kind of giving them that feedback on how Pilates can really help them. Give them their Pilates pack, their envelope, and advise someone will be contacting them the next day if you are running a class out of client care team hours, or take them to reception personally and hand them over to the team. Finish with a thanks for attending and that you really hope to see them again soon, and then ensure that the taster form is filled in with adequate detail. When Julie gets on the phone, if we've got no detail on that form, it's really hard to create that relationship with somebody that we haven't done the taster with or Julie hasn't been involved with. So the more information that you can give, the better. Like anything that they said to you, anything that they mentioned, things that you picked up on. So Julie can get on the phone and say, Judy, I know Katie really spotted that you've got like these things is that what she picked up, and that, Pilates is going to really be able to help with that. It makes it feel very, very personal. It feels like we're all communicating, and that helps improve our taster conversion. We need to ensure that we're looking at our class lists prior to the class starting. This is really important for your planning reasons, and to make sure you're planning a safe class and you're not caught off guard. If there is no medical information attached to the customer profile, what we will make sure is if they have done the medical form and they have no medical issues, it will now state no medical issues. So you know that medical form has been done. If there is nothing there, it is highly unlikely that they have actually filled in the medical form and they've slipped through the net for some reason. It's quite a complicated process that we have to take them through, and there's a lot happening in the clinic, so we endeavour to make this happen 100% of the time. But our responsibility as instructors to make sure we've seen a medical form or medical information. If they haven't, then we need to get them to fill in a medical form. So we've got paper copies on reception, on the shelf on the right hand side as you look at the reception desk, as you're behind the reception desk, in a pink Pilates folder. There's going to be a clipboard in there too. We legally must have a signed medical form before partaking in the class. If you don't, your insurance is not valid. So it's an instructor responsibility, it's a company responsibility. We're all working towards making sure every single person has got their medical form done. I've popped a link onto this presentation on how to update medical information on the customer profile. So if somebody comes to you with a new injury or a new problem and you want to pop it on their medical information so that other instructors can see, I've put a link in there. It's a silent link, but it just shows you, I've screen recorded how you can do that really easily. Okay, this leads us on to the value that every single one person matters. This is about making sure that every one taster is super, super important to us. Because without tasters, without new clients, without retaining our clients, we don't have the class numbers that we need to run classes. And that ultimately puts people's jobs on the line. So we have to always remember that every single one of our clients really, really matter to our clinic. Conversion and retention are the two main metrics we have to work on as a team. So to give you an idea, we lose between 0 and 4% of members a month. We gain between 0 and 6 members a month. So our net gain month on month is nothing. So the growth of our clinic is so important for the future of the business, and we need to, if we're net gaining nothing, or we might be gaining 1 because we're just recruiting what we're losing, then we have to really focus on that. Now, our retention rate is brilliant. It is incredibly good. It usually sits around 97-98%. The people that we tend to lose are genuine reasons. They're moving out the area, they've got to go on pause, they're having some medical investigations, those kind of reasons. But our main issue is our taster conversion. So I ask as a team that we really focus on this on the second half of this year. One of our other values is being exceptional. This is about having the highest of standards so that we become the obvious choice for people. So just a reminder about some of the things that make us exceptional is that ensuring that the equipment area is really tidy. We are in the process of expanding our rehab space downstairs. This is going to happen over the coming months. We're going to be moving some of the equipment out and downstairs and reconfiguring and tidying things up. But for now, when we've got a busy class, we need to make sure that the equipment is not encroaching on those end mats and that we are just running a safe environment, a safe class. I have to just tell you this because it's a real bugbear of mine, but what makes KB KB. If mirrors have got hand marks all over them, please remove them. Just grab one of the cloths and the Zuflora spray and just buff them off. I can't bear it when you are teaching and you look back at the mirrors and there's smears all over them or there's stuff all over the floor. People comment a lot about the cleanliness of our clinic and our studio, so it's just a little reminder. If you could do that for me, it would make me extremely happy. Remove mats for numbers that you have in class to provide space. When we're running a busy class of 12, it's busy, it's full, we get that. We have to plan accordingly. Don't plan things that mean that you're moving laterally. Get them moving, changing positions on their mats. Think about how your class needs to run based on the slope of the ceiling. Where your tall clients should stand, they need to be standing at the front of the class, not the back of the class. Those extra details is what makes a class flow really well. And get rid of mats, roll them up if you've got 9 in the studio, because then you can create some more space. Clients are happy then. And equipment. Remember that we've got the Northern Lights projector for Stretch and Relax Week that you can be using, and always put a request in if you want hot scented lavender towels for the relaxation weeks. Perhaps you want cold peppermint infused towels when we've got hot weather or you're doing something more invigorating. And make sure we've got cold water, fresh for each class, and the glasses are removed. We have times between class for this very reason. Great news, the studio support team is going to grow. So Julie is going to move into a studio experience coordinator role, and she's going to be really focused on exactly that, our clients getting the best experience possible. We are then going to be recruiting, you will see very shortly, an ad going out for our studio manager. This is somebody that's going to work between 10 and 20 hours a week. They are going to be very present in the clinic. We are going to be expecting them to be at any class that has a taster. So they will be doing the meet and greet, introducing them to you, taking them out of the class at the end, having the conversations for you. It's going to relieve you of that. And that studio manager is going to be really working on the retention and the conversion and everything else that goes with running a very, very busy Pilates studio within a physio clinic. So you will see an advert going up for that. We are ideally looking for somebody who is fitness or Pilates trained, as well as love admin. And love process and love making sure that, you know, things run really, really smoothly in a clinic. So if you know of anybody or you are that person listening to this, then you are welcome to apply. We have a Pilates taster event coming back in September. Courtney and Sarah Lou have very kindly offered to run these classes. So we're going to have an influx of new members coming to us in October. So keep your eye out for those. And a date for your diary, 11th of October, 7 o'clock, is the KB Studio Team Social. More details to follow, but get that date in your diary for now. I just want to say a huge thank you for your ongoing support, loyalty, care, commitment, everything that you do for our wonderful Pilates members. Here are some of my highlights, some pictures that I have pulled off our phones and stuff. To just kind of showcase, you know, why we do what we do and why it's really important that we continue to deliver the very best care and classes. Thanks again for listening. See you in the studio very soon.